Dogs have long been celebrated as man's best friend, a title earned not only through their loyalty, but also their remarkable intelligence. When we talk about dog intelligence, we are diving into a rich tapestry of cognitive abilities, ranging from problem-solving skills to emotional understanding. At its core, dog intelligence refers to a dog's capability to learn, think, and solve problems. It encompasses various aspects such as social intelligence, the ability to understand human gestures and commands, as well as adaptive intelligence, which is how well a dog can learn from its environment and experiences. The significance of understanding dog intelligence extends beyond academia. It shapes the ways we train, communicate, and live with our canine companions. Knowing a dog's intellectual capabilities allows us to tailor training techniques to enhance their understanding, ultimately leading to a more harmonious coexistence. Moreover, recognizing the spectrum of canine intelligence helps us respect their capabilities and limitations, educating us on how to provide them with enriching experiences that fulfill their cognitive needs. One fascinating example of dog intelligence involves Border Collies. Known for their exceptional intelligence, these dogs excel in sheep herding due to their ability to follow complex commands and make quick decisions. Chaser, a Border Collie, was able to learn the names of over 1,000 different objects, showcasing an impressive aspect of linguistic aptitude. Another real-world application of dog intelligence is seen in assistance dogs. These dogs are trained to recognize and respond to specific human needs, whether it's guiding the visually impaired or providing alerts for diabetic episodes. Such examples highlight how dogs apply their cognitive skills for practical, life-enhancing purposes. However, it's important to acknowledge the challenges and alternative viewpoints in this discourse. While some may argue that anecdotes in popular media inflate our perception of canine intelligence, scientific studies offer a more data-driven perspective. Critics might assert that attributing human-like intelligence to dogs anthropomorphizes them, overlooking the uniqueness of their cognitive processes. Nonetheless, research increasingly supports the notion that dogs possess complex cognitive abilities, although these may be different from human intelligence. In connection with other aspects of their cognitive abilities, understanding dog intelligence also involves exploring their emotional lives, memory, and socially driven behaviors. By grasping the limits and potentials of dog intelligence, we not only appreciate our furry friends more deeply, but also bridge the communication gap between species, fostering stronger bonds in the shared space of our lives. The structure of the canine brain is a fascinating subject that offers insights into the unique capabilities and limitations of dog intelligence. At first glance, one might think of the canine brain as a miniature version of the human brain, and while there are some parallels, there are also key differences that define how dogs perceive and interact with the world. The canine brain weighs approximately 72 grams, which is proportionately smaller compared to the human brain. Despite its size, the canine brain is highly complex, with particular regions developed to optimize their survival and interaction with humans and their environment. One significant part of the canine brain is the olfactory bulb, which is considerably larger than what is found in humans, relative to brain size. This is indicative of dogs' phenomenal sense of smell, allowing them to detect scents in parts per trillion. This heightened olfactory ability is crucial for their roles in search and rescue operations, as detectors for prohibited substances, or even in medical fields where they can sniff out specific diseases like cancer or imminent epileptic seizures. Another important region is the cerebellum, which plays a crucial role in coordination and balance, enabling dogs to perform agile movements and tasks, whether in daily activities or competitive sports like dog agility contests. The frontal lobes of dogs are less developed than those of humans, which limits their problem-solving abilities, but does not diminish their capacity for intelligence. Dogs excel in interpreting human cues and possess a strong social intelligence, partly due to their neural layout that supports social bonding and understanding of human emotions. This unique brain structure facilitates their responsiveness to training and capability in assisting people, making them valuable service animals. However, the structure of the canine brain also poses certain challenges. While dogs are adept at understanding human gestures and commands, their limited frontal lobe function can make complex problem-solving or abstract thought a challenge. Some critics suggest that this restricts their ability to learn from past experiences as effectively as other animals might. Understanding the structure of the canine brain also connects to broader discussions about animal cognition and intelligence. Dogs, with their distinctive brains, provide a model for studying how different species might evolve brain structures that cater to their environmental needs and social complexities. The canine brain exemplifies how specialized structure supports both their remarkable capabilities and inherent limitations, making them exceptional companions to humans. Dogs are fascinating creatures, and understanding their cognitive abilities unveils the depth of their intelligence and adaptability. At its core, canine cognitive ability includes a range of skills such as problem-solving, memory, learning, and communication. These foundational mental skills are what enable dogs to interact effectively with their environment and even learn to work alongside humans. One of the key aspects of a dog's cognitive ability is memory. Dogs possess both short-term and long-term memory, which is crucial for learning. For instance, they can recall commands and routines through repeated exposure and practice. This ability is evident in training situations, where dogs learn to perform tricks or follow commands based on the repetition and reinforcement of desired behaviors. Another example is their capacity to remember people or situations they've previously encountered, which helps them form social bonds and navigate their surroundings safely. Problem-solving is another critical component of canine cognition. Dogs have shown the ability to solve puzzles and adapt to new challenges, demonstrating a level of reasoning and understanding that might surprise many. For example, in a task where food is placed inside a container, a dog might manipulate the container with its paws or mouth to retrieve the treat. This ability reflects not just raw intelligence, but an understanding of cause and effect, which is essential for survival and interaction with their environment. Despite these impressive skills, it's important to recognize that there are limits to canine cognition. Some researchers argue that while dogs are adept at understanding social cues from humans, their ability to comprehend abstract concepts or plan for the future is limited compared to humans. For instance, while dogs can learn the association between a specific word and action, like sitting when commanded, their understanding of language is not as complex as human linguistic capabilities. Moreover, the variability in individual dogs' cognitive abilities can also be influenced by breed, age, and upbringing. Just like in humans, some dogs excel in certain areas, such as agility or scent detection, while others might show strengths in different domains like emotional intelligence or problem-solving. Recognizing these basic cognitive abilities in dogs not only underscores their importance as companions, but also enhances the human-canine bond. Dogs' cognitive skills connect to their roles as service animals, therapy pets, and even working dogs in roles like search and rescue or law enforcement, highlighting the essential relationship between their mental capacities and their service to humans. Understanding and appreciating these abilities also present the challenge of ensuring we respect and nurture their intelligence in ways that promote welfare and enrich their lives. Complex problem-solving in dogs is a fascinating area of study that delves into the cognitive capabilities of our canine companions. At its core, problem-solving in dogs involves using critical thinking skills to overcome obstacles and achieve goals, often revealing surprising levels of intelligence and adaptability. This aspect of canine cognition challenges our traditional views about animal intelligence and suggests that dogs possess a sophisticated understanding of their environment. The significance of understanding problem-solving in dogs extends beyond academic curiosity. It highlights the evolutionary advancements that dogs have experienced after centuries of domestication alongside humans. This relationship has seemingly given them a unique ability to interpret human gestures and emotions, often essential when working through complex tasks. For example, dogs trained for search and rescue missions demonstrate problem-solving abilities by interpreting scents and navigation cues to locate missing persons, showcasing their capacity to adapt to challenging scenarios and make decisions based on dynamic information. One classic example of a dog's problem-solving ability is the well-documented case of a German Shepherd named Rico, who demonstrated an extensive vocabulary of over 200 words and the ability to infer the meaning of new words through a process known as fast mapping. When presented with a command involving unfamiliar words, Rico could often deduce what was being asked based on prior knowledge and contextual clues. This indicates a level of cognitive processing previously thought to be unique to humans and some other primates. Another scenario involves border collies in farming settings, where they may be tasked with maneuvering livestock. These dogs need to assess the situation and make split-second decisions to guide herds effectively. This instance not only illustrates their well-honed problem-solving skills, but also underscores the role that intelligence plays in fulfilling work-related tasks safely and efficiently. While these examples show the remarkable cognitive abilities of dogs, there are alternative viewpoints suggesting limitations in their problem-solving capacities. Some critics argue that dogs' problem-solving skills are largely dependent on human intervention and reinforcement, implying that their intelligence may not be as autonomous as it appears. Challenges can also arise when distinguishing between learned behaviors and true cognitive problem-solving, as many tasks that appear complex might simply be the result of training and repetition. Ultimately, the study of problem-solving in dogs connects deeply to broader discussions about animal intelligence and interspecies communication. It also encourages us to consider how much more could be unleashed when dogs are given opportunities to engage in activities that challenge their minds and nurture their instincts, further enriching the bond between humans and their canine companions.